Dreams that Turned to Ashes, a sad story from the Angolan Civil War. It was the year 1975. A fire of war had engulfed Angola. After gaining independence, the country was torn in two. On one side was the MPLA, and on the other, UNITA. Political conflict had thrown the nation into a blaze where the scent of gunpowder filled the air and human life had lost all value. In the midst of this chaos, a girl was born, Amara. Amara lived in a small village near Lubango. Her parents were farmers who found joy in the simplest things: the morning sun, midday meals, and bedtime stories her mother told each evening. Every night, Amara would ask her mother, "Tell me the story of the king who sacrificed everything for his people." Her mother would smile and say, "One day you too will become a light for someone." But then the war crept into their lives, uninvited and merciless. One morning, soldiers attacked their village. Screams, gunfire, and smoke filled the air. Amara's mother hid her in a shallow pit and whispered, "Don't come out until the noise stops." That was the last time Amara saw her mother. Her scarf flew into the wind, and her connection to life was severed. After the attack, Amara's village was nothing but ashes. With trembling steps, she began walking, hungry and alone. Along the way, she found a small boy, João, only 6 years old. The two held on to each other like shattered dreams, searching for shelter in each other's hearts. They walked through forests, along broken railway tracks, and through deserted towns until they reached a refugee camp. There was a little food, a little safety, but loneliness still haunted them. Everyone carried a story soaked in pain. Amara began to study at the camp. She realized that war is not just fought with guns. It can also be fought with knowledge. She started teaching other children. João was her companion. Together they ran a small school under a tree. But one day the camp was attacked again. João was shot. Amara held him in her arms, but his body had already gone cold. In his eyes was a single question: will we ever be free? Amara was broken, but she made a promise to herself. I will live for every child whose parents were taken by this war. Time passed. The war in Angola dragged on. 27 long years. Every year brought new wounds and fresh graves, but Amara built a small world within the camp, one of learning, of hope, of light. One day, a journalist visited the camp and asked Amara, "How are you still alive after all you've suffered?" Amara looked into the distance and replied, "The war took everything from me, but I became someone else's dream. As long as I have my voice, I will speak for those who no longer can." Even today, in a quiet corner of Angola, there stands a small school named João School of Hope. On its gate, a single line is written, "The flames burned our bodies, not our dreams." And inside, an old woman teaches the children. Her name is Amara.